The adventure motorcycle segment is catching up in India, and in the last few years, we saw some interesting motorcycles entering this segment. Being someone who does long distance riding and encounters bad roads in the journey, I decided to bring this video where we will discuss the Royal Enfield Himalayan, Hero X-Pulse, the 390 Adventure, and motorcycles like the RTR 200, Yamaha FZ25, Gixxer 250, Dominar 400, and others. We as motorcyclists often misuse the term off-roading, and many of us confuse this with bad roads. As a regular rider, I am not looking to do a Dakar rally or raid the Himalaya with my motorcycle. What I am looking for is a comfortable ride and a machine which can handle broken roads, potholes, speed breakers, and occasional bad roads and under construction stretches. In short, most of us are looking for a motorcycle that can take us places in comfort and pace. In this video, we will be discussing my experience with different motorcycles. We won't be discussing numbers and specifications here, but just real world experience. The rider's seat on the RTR 200 is good and the seating position is not that aggressive. But if you're going to stand and ride on a broken stretch of road, then the reach isn't great. Plus the RTR 200 has got a clip-on style handlebar, so you cannot add handlebar risers easily as you can do it on the X-Pulse or the Dominar 400. The suspension setup on the RTR 200 is something which I love for its comfort and plush ride. It's better in taking bad roads when compared to the FZ25 and the Gixxer 250. In fact, it soaks up better than its younger sibling, the RTR 164V, or if you go out of the box and compare it with the RR 310. Of course, the RR 310 has a different setup for better handling at higher speeds, so you can take this as a illogical comparison. The rebound on the RTR 200 does not comes with a jolt, but you will bottom out the suspension if you try to ride it hard on bad roads. And this is where motorcycles like Himalayan shine, and I feel the Himalayan has got one of the best suspension setup in its segment. Royal Enfield has done an amazing job with its frame and suspension, but that's the only thing I like about that motorcycle. Surprisingly, the same applies to the X-Pulse, where Hero has done an outstanding job, and I promise you will be happy with it on bad roads. But if you want to take it on a long highway ride, then the seats and engine will leave you wanting for more, a lot more. If the X-Pulse had an engine similar to the Yamaha FZ25 or the Suzuki Gixxer 250, then this motorcycle would be just perfect and complete in terms of performance. By the way, I got to experience the Gixxer 250 for a short time, and I must say Suzuki has given such a sweet engine to this motorcycle. I hope it does well in the market. Coming back to my RTR 200 and bad roads, ground clearance is something which becomes important when you have to handle such roads. I usually don't ride with a pillion, and I am yet to scrape the belly of my RTR 200. The same applies to the Dominar 400, which has got a decent ground clearance. Along with the ground clearance, bigger and purpose-built tires on the Himalayan, X-Pulse and the 390 Adventure helps them in taking control on loose surface and wet slush. On the RTR 200, the Remora tires are average. They are strong enough to take the beatings, but the same cannot be said about the grip levels. Especially if you are riding on wet loose surface, then these tires can make your experience scary. I know riders who have done Leh Ladakh on the stock tires, and even they will accept that there are better tires made for this purpose. While we are on tires, let's discuss about the rims. I prefer alloy wheels over spoke wheels for my kind of use. And of course, we cannot deny the benefits of spoke wheels for off-road use, but alloy wheels are easy to maintain and are stronger than you think. That might be the reason we get to see the alloy wheels on the 390 Adventure and BMW G310 GS. One of the few things that is not included in many reviews is rattling. The fit and finish quality of a motorcycle is tested on bad roads, and this is where I love my RTR 200, where everything stays in place and you are not irritated by the rattling of panels or the instrumental console. The fuel sensor does act funny sometimes due to all the movement, but everything gets back to normal once you are back on the road. Another important aspect is to check the power delivery and the gearing. Sometimes a too short first gear or a longer first gear can be a problem on loose gravel surface. I found the Impulse has got the gearing right and the power delivery is spot on at lower RPM. Hero has kept up weight in check around 150 kgs, and it's light and easy to handle, especially in stop and go situations and if you're encountering an incline on a bad road. The Himalayan on the other hand is a heavy motorcycle at 190 plus kgs, which needs some muscle power to maneuver at standstill and low speeds on bad roads. But Royal Enfield has done a good job by keeping the seat height low, so you don't get nervous while you have to manage that heavy weight in off-road situations. We can just go on and on discussing motorcycles, and I've consciously kept the 390 Adventure out of this because I'm yet to ride and experience it, and spec sheets and numbers can be deceiving and can make armchair reviews biased. I'm eager to ride and experience it, and I guess I have to wait for that. Speaking from my heart, I'm yet to ride a good dual purpose motorcycle in this segment, as the Impulse and the Himalayan are more oriented towards the off road, while the Dominar tries hard and excels on the highway. The same is applicable to the dated CBR 250R and the Mojo. In fact, the Mojo is a really good product which didn't ring the sales well. The Versys 300 is expensive for what it offers, and I feel BMW has struck the balance well with the G310 GS. And now my expectations are high with the 390 Adventure, and I strongly feel this sub 2-3 lakh segment is underexplored with just a handful of motorcycles to choose from. On that note, I would like to say that this is an unusual content on this channel. This is something which I love to talk and discuss with my petrolhead friends, and I hope you have liked it. If you want me to continue with more such videos, let me know in the comment section.